Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums. 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, for you guys in the viewerverse, this is a prepping video, so you all know that the boosted slots are on way. Now, I've already tooled up my first multi-tool to the nines, but I haven't done the others, so I'm going to do that quickly. And yes, I'm just going to be jumping over. I'm inside of a station. I'm going to be going over to the upgrade terminal for multi-tools. I'm going to be swapping my mode from normal mode to creative mode and filling out all of my slots. Why am I doing it this way rather than getting the multi-tool expansion slots? Because it takes forever. And I've already done this game to death, so yes, I'm just going to be skipping it over. I mean, that's pretty much why Hello Games put this in there. They said for longer time standing players to cut out the bits that give them boredom or tedium. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that then. So let's put it into creative mode and save settings. But I'm also going to show you how you can get those multi-tool expansion slots in a moment, because there's a new sort of way of getting them, so I'll show you where you can find them nice and easy. But here we go, I'm going to town and I'm upgrading my multi-tool. Yeah, lovely jobs. And you might be thinking, well, how did you do it so quick? I've got to hold down the bloody button, it's taken me for ages. Well, I'll show you how to do that as well, people. So there you go, come out of here. If I go over to, yeah, that's all S-Class, it's looking nice, looking fandangly awesome. Let's just swap to my alien multi-tool. Brilliant, eh? So yes, all you need to do is go into options and general options, and it's right there. Hold to confirm. Make sure that's disabled, and then you can just go to town. You no longer have to hold it down and do one slot, two slots, three slots. Just bang, 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 bang. Loads of slots for me. Heck yes, boom, diddly done. Diddly diddly done. And then you can just move straight on to your next multi-tool. Righto, so that's all my multi-tools done, but you're probably thinking, well, Captain Steve, how do you do it the legit way? How are you going to get your multi-tool expansion slots the legit way, Captain Steve? Well, if you go see this little vendor over this side, the missions vendor, they now give you extra trinkets on completion of quests. So you can see here, there's one there for salvage frigate module, you say? No way! Normally you only get given those sort of things if you run derelict freighter. Let me just put this back to normal mode and see if we still get the same thing appearing there. This is the first time I've seen the salvage frigate module in here. Yes, it's there on normal mode, but that's one over there. There you go, Exosuit upgrade chart. So it shows you where a drop pod is on planet's surface to do up your exosuit. But you will also find the multi-tool expansion slots in there and ship augmentation as well, chums. So yes, people in the viewerverse, be sure to check out that vendor, because it has changed somewhat. Yes, it has. So yes, you can use the charts, or you can trade in navigational data. Now you are going to need, I think it's 3 or 4 navigational data to swap for a chart, and you can find these sort of orange or blue cubes, or these little hockey pucks laying about inside stations. Ransack those to get your navigational data. Sometimes they give you nanites, but a lot of the time they give you navigational data. There you go, go into here, purchase specific chart, and you can see there, yes, three navigational datas for one chart. Lovely. So I think I've got about 4 of these on my person now, somewhere in my inventory, which is never clean or nice. Sorry if that's giving you heebie-jeebies. It does, doesn't it? Yes, I've got 4. Yes, I've got 4 of them. I'll be hitting one up a bit later in the video, showing you it on planet's surface. But let's just press on for now, people. So yes, ships. I have quite a lot of ships, and I imagine you guys have quite a lot of ships too. So I'm right outside of the station, and I've called in my freighter as close to the station as I possibly can, because sadly you can't just swap your ships inside of the station. No, you can't. And calling in Nexus this close doesn't work as well as calling in your freighter this close. So here you go, I'm just jumping into my freighter, and I'm going to be jumping into another ship, flying straight out of my freighter and straight into the mouth of the freaking station, so we can upgrade it super duper quick. And yes, I'm going to be doing this in creative mode yet again. But you already know that mission vendor gives you ship augmentation every now and again for doing missions. So yeah, just hit that up if you want to do it the legit method. Yes, there's other ways to get ship augmentation. I mean, you can get quite a lot just from scrapping ships. So if you have got that free slot, you could just go pick up some crash ships on planets. You can find them all over the Coordinate Exchange. Go scrap them, and you're probably going to get yourself a load of ship augmentation doing that, as well as a shed load of units. So it depends. If you're still having fun doing all that sort of shenanigans, knock yourself out. Do it that way. Heck yes. But yeah, for me, I'm just going to be doing it this way. Yes, I am. So let's go running up here, put it back into creative mode, because I think I swapped it back to normal, didn't I? But head on over to this console here, and it's just a case of going to upgrade, Starship, heck yes, and then apply augmentation, which I don't got, because I'm in creative mode, doesn't really matter. And I can just span on this now, there we go, chicka-pow! Going to fill out all these lovely slots, heck yes. And there you go, a lovely jubbly. Now I'm pretty much ready. Well, I'm gonna have to do this with all my ships. It's still gonna take me bloody ages, flying in and out and grabbing different ships and flying in and out. But it's not gonna take me as long as if I wanted to do it the legit way, is it? No. But there we go. Done, and diddly done. I mean, you could just get the ship augmentation and duplicate it. There's loads of duplication videos out there on the web, and they still work too. So yes, it's a cheater's paradise now, this game, isn't it? It really is. But there we go. That's all my multi-tool's done. Now I need to just keep flying in and out with my ships, like I say, upgrading them, and then I'm pretty much ready. Because the technology slots is where you really need to put your focus. I would say at least do this maybe with your technology slots, and if you want the fun of upgrading the other slots, just leave them be, you know? Up to you. You play how you want to play. I'm playing how I want to play. But there is going to be a random element of where those slots are going to appear now, those boosted slots. Once we get the boosted upgrade sort of patch that's coming out, or update I should say. When that's going to happen, not so sure. Righto, so we've covered off multi-tours, we've covered off ships. We've briefly touched on Exosuit, but I'm going to go back to Exosuit in a bit. This is freighters, so if you come up to this actual terminal here, the one that looks like a squashed metal armadillo, yeah, that is going to open up this, where you can then max out your storage here. In creative mode, you can do this really quickly. Otherwise, you're going to need bulkheads. Now, the bulkheads you're going to get from running derelict freighters and choosing bulkhead at the very end console. It's lengthy. But running derelicts has got its pros. You're going to get a load of tainted metal, which you can use with the scrap vendor to get yourself some X-class modules. Yeah, so you're going to get all sorts inside of derelicts, including base parts if you haven't run derelicts. If you haven't run derelicts, maybe consider doing it to get all the base parts and to get maybe your bulkheads the legit way and to get some tainted metal, because there's some nice little Halloween trinkets with the scrap vendor as well. Yes, there are. Go check them out. Anyhow, so I've just called it in one of my exocrafts that's got all the scanners in. It's got all 3 modules. You can get those modules up at the Nexus, and it's over with Perseus, the TV sort of Warasley looking guy. Unlock all of those, install them from the blueprints that you've bought. Probably using nanites, and then you can scan for drop pods. And you can see there's one on the horizon over there. It's going to take 3 odd minutes inside of the little freaking exocraft. So no, I'm going to fly there. It's very rare I drive anywhere in an exocraft. Yeah, I sort of use the scanners, jump out, jump in my ship and fly there. Don't know whether you do the same, but yeah, that's the quickest way to do it, or at least that's what I find. So here we go. I'm going to touch down here inside of my ship. And that was using the scanner inside of my actual exocraft. But in a moment, I'm going to use some of those maps that I got from the cartographer using the navigational data. Yeah. And when you do these things anyway, if you hit this pylon, you get given 1 extra navigational data. So you need 2 more, and you can buy another map anyway. So it's sort of self-replicating, self-perpetuating sort of method. Yes, you need to hit up 3 to get 1, but you know, as long as you mix it up with your exocraft finding, you can do this pretty damn freaking quickly. Now, like I say, I'm going to focus on all my technology. I want to get all of my technology on my exosuit unlocked before this patch drops, and I think this patch could drop any time this week. Then I'm also thinking, well, we might have some sort of Halloween update or Halloween expedition, or an update with an expedition. Well, I mean, they have done Halloween stuff previous years. I'm just going by patterns. So will they hold on to this update until then and get it all signed off with Nintendo and do it on all consoles at the same time, and PC? It's only available on experimental, the boosted slots. I did a video on how to get into experimental mode. Put a video in the top left hand corner, right corner, whatever corner it's in, it's there. So now I'm just going to use one of my charts to find a drop pod, and you can see it there is quite a distance away. You know what, I cut the footage and I reconvene once I reach the actual pinpointed place. Here I am, I've eradicated. Going to head on into here. Now I've still got it in creative mode, so I'm not using any of my sort of, you know, resources to unlock these, but they're not hard to do. I think it's just antimatter housing and carbon nanotubes and something else, sodium sodium nitrate, something like that. It's fairly simple to open these things up. It really is. Righto, I'm going to put this back to normal mode, save my changes. So, you know, it's from the title screen. I know which save I'm clicking on because it's my normal save, my legacy save, which I've got over 1,000 hours. So all this sort of, you know, upgrading things. I mean, I've upgraded so many multi-tools to max, so many ships to max. This isn't my normal ship range. Well, it's not my old ship range. I've traded in ships countless times. Until next time, goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe. And I'd like to say a massive, great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers. And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.